Welcome back to the CabSat TV studio, and another guest with me today from the European Broadcasting Union, Jean-Philippe. Welcome to CabSat TV. Thank you for bringing some European weather to Dubai.
I had to bring something along, you know.
Thank you very much. Unusual for the time of year, but it's good to have you here anyway. You were in the Congress today. Give us some ideas of what took place there, so we know.
Well, we have been discussing how the audience is consuming media today. What we see is that never before did people consume as much media as they do today. For sure, this is because of the fact that we now have internet, which brings in additional content. But then again, when you watch the total media consumption, you still see that the bulk of the consumption is over radio and television. And when we watch television, we discuss watching, because people want to consume audiovisual content. Subscription video on demand, VOD, clips are growing. They only account for about 10% of the consumption in Europe, which means that, you know, classical linear TV, as they would say, is still very important because it connects with the audience. It has great brands. For sure, we are facing some challenges, you know, because we shouldn't think in the way we format things and in the way we tell stories like in the past. You know, we should think multi-platform, multi-distribution, and make the content, you know, available after the live linear viewing as well.
And you talk of engaging with the audience. There are some great ways these days, like never before, to do that, aren't there?
Yeah, but everything begins and ends with a good story. My all-time hero is Walt Disney. He was the master storyteller then. He still is the master storyteller today. And he died, by the way, in 1966. That's 3 years before the first man would set foot on the moon. We didn't have any computers, any laptop, any Wi-Fi. None of the technology available at this venue was available to him. But he had two gifts, you know. He could tell a story and he could draw, you know. And even today, and I'm very happy with the technological evolution, which enriches the content. But if you don't have a good story in the beginning, you know, then you won't attract the audience. Today, you know, animation films are made by thousands of computers. You know, a mouse that was drawn by Walt Disney was imperfect. When you see animation today, it is perfectionist. It's more beautiful than a human being is. But this isn't the reason, you know, why people engage with great content. So a good story is at the beginning of everything we need to do.
So this region is traditionally a very quick adopter of new technology. The experience you have with the European Broadcasting Union of creating that great content, is that something you feel that you can help benefit this region?
Yeah, and I think it needs to benefit both ways, because we shouldn't think as Europe as the old continent who knows all of it. For sure, we have a legacy. We have a legacy of 90 years in great radio, 60 years of great television. We know how to tell stories. But I watch this region as well, because once you adopt, you know, you create great content, and we, you know, the old continent, you know, can learn from what is happening in this region as well, and people should tell good local stories. Another shift we see is that in the past all media was local, it was locally governed, it was local creativity, it was locally funded, it was a local ecosystem. We see a shift to global with GAFA, Google, Amazon, Facebook and Apple, you know, who were platforms in the past, who are content producers today. But there again you see that the need for localness is very important. And I guess that the future will be a combination of great global content, but more than ever connect with it, what is your local culture, your local identity. And then I think that public service media broadcasts can play an important role, not only in providing great content, but also in nurturing, you know, the local ecosystem. Because the better a public service broadcaster is, the better the commercials need to compete, the better it is for the audience, because then they will get the best content either coming from public service media or from commercial broadcasters.
So Jean-Philippe, I think the key word I'm picking up on here is content is king.
Yeah, and some say distribution is King Kong as well, so I think they go hand in hand.
Jean-Philippe, thank you for your time.
Thank you.